Dodgers versus Angels, Freeway Series recap. August 11th, 2025. The stage was set for another chapter in the Freeway Series rivalry as the Dodgers and Angels met under the bright lights of Angel Stadium. Both sides were playing for more than just a win. This was a battle for city bragging rights, with fans from across Los Angeles packing the stands. The game exploded to life in the very first inning. Angels leadoff hitter Zach Neto crushed the first pitch he saw for his 8th leadoff home run of the season, giving the Angels an immediate jolt. Moments later, Yoan Moncada added an RBI single, and just like that, it was 2-0. The energy swung hard to the Anaheim side. The Dodgers stayed patient, waiting for their chance to strike. In the 8th inning, Shohei Ohtani delivered the moment Dodger fans were waiting for, his 42nd home run of the season. It was a milestone shot, his first homer at Angel Stadium since leaving the Angels, and his 100th career homer in that ballpark. For a moment, the momentum felt like it was shifting, but Zach Neto wasn't finished. In the 6th inning, he launched his second home run of the night, stretching the Angels' lead and taking the air out of the Dodgers' rally. The Angels kept their foot on the gas, keeping the pressure high. On the pitching side, Dodgers starter Yoshinobu Yamamoto struggled all night. He surrendered 6 runs on 6 hits, issued 5 walks, and lasted just 4 2/3 innings. It was an uncharacteristic outing that forced the bullpen into early action. For the Angels, Jose Soriano was masterful. 6 shutout innings, just 2 hits allowed, 6 strikeouts, and total control from start to finish. When the dust settled, the Angels had a 7-4 victory, securing their first season series win over the Dodgers since 2019. They improved to a perfect 4-0 against their crosstown rivals this year. For the Dodgers, the loss stung even more, because their division lead in the National League West shrank to just 1 game. It was a night where city pride was on the line, and this time, Anaheim walked away with it. In Milwaukee, the Brewers pulled off one of the most thrilling comebacks of the season, rallying from a 5-run deficit to defeat the Mets 7-6. William Contreras sparked the rally with a solo homer and later crushed a 2-run shot to bring the Brewers within striking distance. Then in the bottom of the 9th, Isaac Collins stepped up and delivered a walk-off home run, sending the crowd into a frenzy and extending Milwaukee's winning streak to 9 games. For the Mets, it was a crushing blow, marking their 7th straight loss and deepening their struggles at a critical point in the season. In San Francisco, the Nationals completely shut down the Giants with an 8-0 victory. Mackenzie Gore was outstanding, throwing 6 shutout innings, striking out 10, and walking none. The Nationals' offense exploded for 17 hits. C.J. Abrams added a home run, while James Wood and Paul DeJong each tallied 3 hits, with Wood ripping 2 doubles. It was a statement win that spoiled what could have been a milestone night for veteran pitcher Justin Verlander, as the Giants were held in check from start to finish. Over in Arizona, the Diamondbacks delivered an offensive performance for the ages, crushing the Rockies 13-6. The highlight came in the 5th inning when Arizona recorded 9 consecutive 2-out hits, a new franchise record, and scored 8 runs in the frame. Adrian Del Castillo led the charge with a 3-run homer, a ground rule double, and a single, while Corbin Carroll belted his 25th homer of the season. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Blaze Alexander also came through with big hits as the Diamondbacks completed a dominant series sweep. In St. Louis, the Cardinals edged the Cubs in a tense 3-2 contest. Cubs starter Shota Imanaga was brilliant, striking out 9 and issuing no walks, continuing an impressive streak of 100 consecutive batters without a free pass. But the Cardinals made their opportunities count. Pedro Pagé opened the scoring with a 2-run homer, and a key stolen base later in the game set up the go-ahead RBI. Despite a late home run from Matt Shaw for the Cubs, the Cardinals held on for the narrow win. The White Sox, desperate to break out of a slump, did just that with a 6-4 win over the Guardians. Lenyn Sosa opened the scoring with a 2-run homer, followed by a solo shot from Colson Montgomery. Curtis Mead doubled in another run, and Chicago racked up 11 hits in total. Davis Martin gave them 5 steady innings on the mound, while Grant Taylor handled the late innings to close it out. For Cleveland, Kyle Manzardo was the bright spot, hitting 2 home runs and driving in 3 runs. but it wasn't enough to stop the slide. Finally, in Kansas City, the Royals' struggles with runners in scoring position continued as they managed just one hit in 15 chances in a frustrating loss. Rookie Noah Cameron showed promise on the mound, using an effective cutter to keep the game close early, but the lack of offensive execution proved costly. The Royals remain in search of answers as the season enters a pivot. Yankees versus Twins. Full recap. August 11th, 2025. First game atmosphere and stakes. On Monday night in the Bronx, the Yankees hosted the Minnesota Twins in a fresh series with big importance hanging in the air. New York looked to secure their first series opener since the All-Star break and tighten the AL East race. The atmosphere was crisp and focused. Fans were ready for a spark. Second pitching duel and early fireworks. Will Warren took the mound and provided one of his most reliable outings of the season, going 6 2/3 innings, allowing just 2 runs on 3 hits, striking out 7, and walking none. ESPN.com, CBSSports.com. On offense, Cody Bellinger broke a valley in his swing with a solo home run in the first inning, setting the tone early. Twinkietown +2, YouTube +2. Third middle swing, back-to-back bombs. In the bottom of the third inning, the Yankees unleashed a powerful 1-2 punch. Giancarlo Stanton crushed his 11th home run of the season, and immediately after, Ben Rice followed with his 17th homer, giving New York a commanding 3-0 lead. MLB.com +3 Twinkietown, +3 Sportsnet.ca +3. It was the 8th time this year Yankees hit back-to-back homers. The crowd felt electric. Fourth, Twins respond. Minnesota didn't go quietly into the night. Byron Buxton answered in the 6th inning with a long solo blast, showcasing the Twins' resilience. ESPN.com +1, ESPN.com +1. And in the 7th, Trevor Larnach added another back-to-back homer, trying to shrink the deficit. The Yankees' lead began to feel more fragile. ESPN.com +8 Twinkietown, +8 CBSSports.com +8. Fifth, Yankees tackle for insurance. With Minnesota edging closer, the Bronx Bombers responded again. In the 7th, Trent Grisham hit an RBI single followed by Aaron Judge's RBI single, pushing the score to 5-2. CBSSports.com. Then in the 8th, Jazz Chisholm Jr. clubbed yet another homer to add insurance and sealed the deal at 6-2. ESPN.com +3, CBSSports.com +3, Twinkietown +3. 6. Closing notes and takeaway. Final score, Yankees 6, Twins 2. Will Warren's work on the mound was a rare gem, a starter pitching into the 7th for New York. CBSSports.com +2, ESPN.com +2. The offense cracked 6 homers, including 3 early ones and timely insurance blasts. Despite a showing of power from Minnesota in the middle frames, New York never let the lead slip. This win gives the Yankees momentum and keeps their AL East push alive.